Hey everyone, welcome back to Go Kick Me, your favorite crowdfunding news and reviews channel here on YouTube. So today we're going to be looking at the SDJ-02 self-drying jacket. That's SDJ. Self-drying jacket with climate control and USB charging. It's back, the SDJ-02, upgraded now with heating mode, cooling mode, mobile charging, hidden tablet, and smartphone pockets. So, does this jacket look familiar? Well, definitely the font and all that does. So, how old are you? If you are over a certain age, closer to my age, above 30, say, you may know what this is. So that's obviously Back to the Future font here with the little color scheme. And this is the jacket that you would have seen in Back to the Future 2. So I think I watched Back to the Future 2 once in like 1988 or 1989, whenever it came out. So I mildly remember this scene where he had a jacket like this. I much better remember the kind of down vest that he had in Back to the Future 1 or the little cowboy outfit he had in Back to the Future 3. But for some people of a certain age, this is the shit. So people want a Back to the Future 2 style jacket. And so I was trying to remember, like, I remember he had some jacket, he had the shoes that put themselves on, all that kind of stuff, the hoverboard. But what was the deal with the jacket? So, apparently, if you search long and hard enough, yeah, that's the jacket. That's the Marty McFly Back to the Future jacket. Not this one, but this one. Not this one, but something like that. That's an imitation, I guess. Here we are with the hat. Looking cool. So, yeah, for people who are hardcore Back to the Future fans, and there are some, and you know who you are, this may be something that you're interested in. So this one definitely does not look the same as this one, but it's close enough that you could recognize it, I would say, if you're an otaku super fan. So let's first just talk about this product. Okay, so first of all, I actually did a little research. And I'm going to do a 13-second clip, which I think should get me around Content ID. So this is what the jacket is. And yes, it is a self-drying jacket, which is where the Kickstarter version came from.
Drying mode on. Jacket drying. Your jacket is now dry.
So yes, I think that's when he hoverboarded into the lake. And the jacket dried itself off at the end, and it talks like Stephen Hawking used to, and or the late Stephen Hawking, rest in peace. Either that or it's like a speak and spell from 1989 or whatever, right? So, okay, you guys can see what kind of videos I watch with this account. It's all Star Trek and nerd shit. But anyway, I don't know what that is. But long story short, that's what it's from. That's what it's supposed to look like. And since this is the SDJ-02, you can just guess that there was an SDJ-01 from the same people. And wow, the SDJ-02 looks way better than the SDJ-1. Both of them raised some money. And this is the group, these guys out of Columbus, Ohio. Husband-wife team, clearly Back to the Future super fans who are making Back to the Future inspired self-drying jackets. So they did do the first one in 2015, and it did deliver. I looked through it, so they mention it in the second one. But basically, they raised about 15K. Not a big group, not a lot of backers, but they actually delivered it, and it took a little bit longer than normal. And so they said, hey, if you didn't get it or whatever, here's the deal. People actually got it. They sent it. They were actually pretty good about answering. And so it's in here in the updates too. People are getting it. They shipped it in July. It was supposed to, I think, ship originally in the spring. So a couple months late. But it actually made it. And supposedly they lost money. I think with this kind of quantity size, I'm sure only 94 jackets bought. Maybe people bought a 2 or 3. But still, that kind of MOQ, not so good. They actually had a problem with the buttons, so that's where SDO2 comes in, where they had bad buttons. People said they had too many pockets or something. So anyway, let's jump to SDJ-02, new and improved version. I was on the wrong page here. So I don't know if you want me to play the video. I'll play the video. It's just like techno music showing the little features here. So actually, you know, time has moved on, and they're like smart jackets are not a novel. Like this is sort of obviously a retro movie reference with the design and the color scheme, but actually it's like heated jackets with, you know, pockets for battery chargers and plugs and stuff is not a big deal nowadays. But hey, which of them does this? Oh, it's okay, because my jacket dries. Now I want to warn you, in the movie it's just like this, he pushes the button, there's some kind of retro style 80s looking button, but dude, novelty aside, this looks so fucking ridiculous. I'm not a super hardcore Marty McFly lover boy, so to me this just looks kind of stupid. Yeah. Good if you are about to drown, I guess. You know, if you know you're gonna have to jump out of an airplane into freezing water, probably okay until the motor sucks the water in. But do you really need that for self-drying? How about you just make it waterproof? You know, that would solve a lot. So it does inflate, and it has this weird climate control. So they have some heating elements inside there, and it heats you up. So if the jacket's not warm enough, you can heat it up more. That's actually pretty cool. Not new, but it's a good thing. And then they have cooling mode, which actually is not so bad. So in this case, I guess the guy's a little cold, but then too cold to wear such a heavy jacket. So instead, he turns on cooling mode, which is basically just a fan. I don't know if there's any other vents. But I think the idea is you just give yourself a blast, and some of it circulates on your back, which, to be honest, is not so bad. Like sometimes when you're out, you just get in a sweaty back, you want to dry off a little bit. You end up like flapping your jacket or do stupid shit like that. This one's better. Sorry, I'm being really salty today. I don't know why. So you just kind of poop the air out, and then they have, you push both of them at the same time. This is supposed to be drying mode. Now, I think this one I have serious questions of if it does actually dry. Like, in the span of a couple minutes, is this heating element going to heat up that much air that's going to make a difference? Or it depends on what the kind of fabric you're making out of, I guess, but yeah. The other thing with this is, they say there's like vents and stuff up here, but if this is going to really dry the jacket, that means that this needs to be permeable by air, because you want the air to sort of push the water out of the fabric. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure if that's a good thing or not. Like if my jacket can self-dry in this manner, not so good, because that means it's just like not. Is it windproof then? Is it what happens if it rains? Do you have to walk around puffed up like this just to keep the water from coming in? Some serious questions. So basically, the battery that powers the whole deal is basically just a power bank. So you can use it to power your phone. It's got little headphone things. You can stick a whole freaking iPad in there if you really wanted to, pen, etc., etc. So this is basically, they listened to people's feedback on the first one. Please change the shiny look no matter it increases the drying time, blah blah blah. Too loud, and $1.15 is too long. So that's where the SDJ-02 comes in, which is significantly better, I would say. Kind of looks cool, maybe not. But don't worry, because they actually make, when it's not inflating, they actually make somewhere in here normal looking ones. So kind of also retro looking metallic silver one, and probably definitely the most respectable of the bunch, a nice black one. Looks like a nice kind of bomber jacket type thing. That one I would actually wear. Since we're here, let's talk about price. So you can get early bird basically, which I think you can still get. Maybe no. Wait, I should talk about the delivery and stuff. Anyway, early bird was 169, normal one 189. For the silver charcoal, I don't know why different prices, but basically the special edition, maybe because of two kinds of fabric, slightly more expensive. So you're talking normal price $200 for a smart jacket. That's a little steep. You know, probably the jacket itself to make would cost, you know, if you're only going to make a couple hundred, probably $30, $40. You know, get someone who would make 100 pieces only, $50. Okay, reasonable price to sell it, $60, $70 for a BTTF enthusiast. Okay, I could see that, but I don't know about no 189. And so this is just the jacket with none of the heater or fans or whatever, without the battery pack. So you're basically paying an extra $70 just for one power bank and some built-in fans and switches. Okay, I guess so. They have a store pack. I don't know whether it's like 10 pack or something. No, it's got to be more than 10 because it's more than 10 times the price. So it better be like a 20 pack or something. They've got all the sizing stuff because that was another issue with the previous ones, is people found that it didn't fit right, and also certain kinds of phones wouldn't fit, so they go into way detail on this. They've got the nice Chinese lady in the factory who's super happy to be there. Actually, I should say this is the exact same graphics they have in the SD-01, wherever it is here. So I'm not, you know, they waited 3 years and they couldn't improve the graphics very much. They also had other colors before they don't appear to have now. Which actually, having that many colors and only 94 ordered is actually pretty bad, because that means that they, you know, the MOQ per color is like gonna make your price go higher and stuff. Anyway, so that was the old one. New one, basically the same graphics. They actually mention here that they did deliver the other one within 7 months, which was, I think, 3 or 4 months after they promised. Now they have that experience. They feel like they could do it better this time. So, did they do better this time? So I should say that this one raised $27,000, and its delivery date was October 2017, which is, of course, going on 6 months ago. So, what happened with this guy? Oh, that's not even the real one. Okay, so yeah, here we are. Where's the actual jacket with no tech? October. Actual jacket with the tech. Early birds. So they only got like 7 early birds. Maybe their early bird deadline was too soon. But still, October. So, what happened? So if you look at the comments, actually not very inspiring. So these guys are saying basically like, hey, you know, no answers, what's going on? I hope that they'll arrive before 2019. This guy's pointing out that other people are making heated jackets now. And so there's a little bit of a disconnect in here, because they haven't answered, literally they haven't answered a question since October 6th, before their deadline. We want to post a big update, we've been blah blah blah, all this stuff. So it turns out they've been not hiding, but they've been saving all the updates for the people that did actually buy. I guess it's better to put it here anyway. But they had some issues, some serious issues. So apparently they got one batch out in December, and they all got stuck in customs because of the battery or something like that. So this whole first batch, they had a kind of abortive late shipping in 2 months late. So, you know, oh, sorry, we're coming late, it's getting there. Actually, to be honest, who doesn't expect their Kickstarter to be late at this point? You know, especially 2-3 months. Okay, 2-3 months, that's not so bad. 6 months, okay. As long as you're giving updates and stuff, which these guys appear to have been doing. But they give a lot of excuses. Officially on the way, turns out it wasn't on the way. And then so you're basically hanging for 2 weeks waiting for them to explain what happened. And some of these are pretty long and involved, and there's actually some good reason. So apparently one of their team members had a stroke right before Christmas, and that's the guy who spoke Chinese, so they had trouble dealing with the factory. So yeah, it's actually kind of tragic. So these things happen, unfortunately, and it's good that they really worked hard to get it fixed. And they, because it's, I guess, especially because it's a husband and wife team, they really wanted to fix it. So that's really cool. And we don't want to make sure a scam. Maybe they should have been more communicative. Definitely, they should have been more communicative, and people point that out. So it turns out, okay, they had all these problems. They actually went to China themselves. And the bad news, turns out they all got stuck in customs, and some of them disappeared. So they're making new ones. And they made a pretty crazy promise. They basically said, if these jackets don't ship by March 1st, not that you don't get it by March 1st, it's not shipped by March 1st, we will refund every single one of you and still ship the jackets. That's pretty crazy, because that means they're going to be out $27,000. That's a big ask, or big promise, or big putting yourself on a limb. And they're really, I guess they're frustrated, and they're expressing that, and they're willing to work hard. And some people actually point out, like, that's way over the top. Obviously someone getting a stroke is not something you can really, you don't plan for. You maybe should be prepared for unexpected things, but that's not the one that you unexpectedly expect. So in this case, some people are actually like, don't give me my money back, just try your best, and everyone expects it to be late. So as long as it's actually happening, it's not a scam, we're not going to, like, expect you to lose a buttload of money. So some of these people, this is one way you win patience from your backers, is you go to the mat for them, right? And you escalate. So if you're delayed and people aren't going to believe you, then you go on a limb and you say, listen, I'm committed to getting this shit done, even if it's going to cost me money. So yeah, this guy David points out that's extreme. We expect to have delays, expect to lose money. Don't go nuts on it, so don't hurt yourself. And so yeah, as long as they're done and ready to ship, keep the money. So yeah, at that point, okay, March 1st, March 5th, whatever, okay, not so bad. So it turns out, no, the wrong way. Turns out they actually did ship, apparently, or ship some of them. Something happened by March 1st. Because this is it. It's February 27th, and they're told that they will basically be leaving China by March 6th. Okay, that's pretty close. Yeah. So I guess at this point they didn't bring up the fact that March 1st is actually after, before March 6th. Close enough. I guess. Oh, well, the jackets are being picked up by the shipping company to go to the distribution. So I guess that's shipping. Okay, close enough. That's basically it. Okay. So I keep going the wrong way. So it turns out they shipped, and then now it's just like, hey, did you get your tracking number? Jackets have been shipped. Okay. I guess we're off the hook. We don't have to pay you back. But the question is, did they all ship? Did they get tracking numbers? So a lot of people didn't get their tracking numbers. So, sorry, I've been totally asleep all day. I've been running around. Totally asleep now. I've been running around all day. So anyway, long story short, I'm going on 20 minutes about this. I can't believe it. They apparently have shipped. People have not actually gotten them, as far as I can tell. It is today, March 18th, 2018. I'm really falling asleep here. So the question is, what does the jacket look like? Does it look exactly like what you saw in the little demo? Is it any good at drying, etc.? So, hey, Phelan Wearable Team, good job actually getting out the door. Only 5 or 6 months late. That's actually respectable. I'm sure these guys, at least a couple of them, actually are pretty happy and satisfied, even if it's late. Some people not so much. Becky wants more updates, but I think they've done a bunch since then. It would be good if they just left some comments here, so that people who don't click on particular updates see that they're actually answering. So that's cool. It could be better, but they actually did it. More updates than once every 5 months would be good here in the comments. Answer some of these questions. publicly so people can see it. Anyway, so that's it for today. I'm not going to give this a thumbs or down. Should I give it a thumbs up or down? If you're a geek of Back to the Future, definitely buy this. You can use it just for cosplaying, if nothing else. It makes a great party gag. Get it for your Halloween party, if they put these on sale or they sell them retail. Get it for costume parties. Looks cool. Maybe the black one you could actually really wear in real life. Maybe that air vent thing is pretty good for really hot climates like Hong Kong. If you guys want to send me one, I'll be happy to review it. I'll even wear it out in public, see if anyone recognizes me. One thing I actually wanted to point out, because my endorsement is very costume specific, it turns out you can actually buy, Back to the Future style replica jackets on Amazon, some better than others. This one looks pretty shitty, actually. I mean, like, the materials don't look good, and obviously does not inflate, etc. But it's like $150, right? And this one is actually closer to the real material. Looks a little bit better, I think. Maybe. And it's synthetic leather. I guess that was synthetic leather in there. This one's only $85, but actually looks maybe better. And they've got a bunch of different, options and copies and whatever. $49 for this one. So, okay, this one looks like shit, maybe. I don't know what's supposed to happen with that. That doesn't even look like the movie. I hope they paid that guy a lot to wear such a ridiculous jacket. Adjustable. Maybe did it adjust in the movie? I don't even remember. Anyway, so if you're looking at like $150 for this thing, then suddenly this one or this one for $200. Where is it? $200. I'm looking at my old video. This one for $200 actually looks better. It doesn't look quite so cheesy. Let's look at Marty again. I guess that one did have a little telescoping things, but still.
Drying mode on.
I think I like the one in the SDJ one more than these costume ones. So in that case, you're getting a functional costume. Puff it out in the middle of the party. All the chicks will love you. All the 35-year-old chicks who are Marty McFly crush veterans or whatever will love you. Okay, wow, I'm over 22 minutes. That's longer than this video deserves. See you guys next time here on Go Kick Me. Do follow us on Facebook and Twitter, Facebook and Twitter at Go Kick Me, and check us out on GoKickMedia.com to sign up for our upcoming mailing list. See you guys next time. Bye.